Hello everyone. So from this video series we will be starting our SSC mathematics journey, and in this video series I will be teaching you the basic concepts of different topics of mathematics which is asked in the SSC examination. And for today the topic that we are going to learn is the topic of average. So let's get started. So if we talk about average, then the basic definition of average, which is also known as the mean, or many people also call it the arithmetic mean. So what is average? Average means basically if you have a quantity, let's say x, and you have a number of people, let's say n, then how much does an individual person gets? That is known as the average. So average in this case would be x upon n. Let us consider it with some better example. Let us say that suppose there is 100 rupees which is to be divided among 10 people. So on an average each individual will be getting 100 divided by 10, which is equals to 10 rupees, and this 10 rupees is the average. So the formula for average which you might have seen in various different books is that average can be written as the sum of observation or quantities upon number of observation or quantities. If each quantity is xi for I equals to 1 to n, then this can be written as summation I equals to 1 to n xi divided by number of observation is n, which is also equals to x1 plus x2 plus up to xn divided by n. So this is the average. So while learning this average, the basic is important, that is there, but if you want to do the questions a little more quicker, a little more fast, then we should be learning about different topics such as deviation and others, which we will be learning through various examples. So let's get started with the examples. So let us take a look at this question here. So in the question it is asked that a student who has an arithmetic mean of 12 sorry about that. So in this question it is written that a student was asked to find the arithmetic mean of the following 12 numbers: 3, 11, 7, 9, 15, 13, 8, 19, 17, 21, 14 and x, and he found that the average is 12. So we are asked what is the value of x. So there are two ways to do this. First way is we just add up all of these. So 14 plus 3, 17 plus 11 will give us, let us just write it, 14 plus 21 plus 17 plus 19 plus 8 plus 13 plus 15 plus 9 plus 7 plus 11 plus 3 plus x divided by number of observation, which is 12, and this is equals to 12. So solving this we will be getting the required value for x, but there is also a faster way to do it, which is the method of deviation, which we will be learning through this question over here. So for that let us just write all of these numbers in sequence. So we have 3, 11, 7, 9, 15, 13, 8, 19, 17, 21, 14 and x. Since the mean is given as 12, let me write it with a different color pen. If the mean is given as 12, so 3 is 9 smaller than 12. Similarly 11 is 1 smaller, this is 5, this is 3, this is 3 greater than 12, also 1 greater, this is 4 smaller, this is 7 greater, this is 5 greater, this is 9 greater, this is 2 greater, and then let us leave this x as it is. So by the rule of deviation, it says that if we subtract each of the individual numbers from the mean of the numbers and then combine the sum, then we should be getting a 0. That is, if we just add all of these up, then we will be getting 0. So let us see how many of these cancel each other. So here we have plus 9 and minus 9, they cancel each other. Here we have plus 3 and minus 3, they cancel each other. We have minus 5 plus 5, similarly plus 1 minus 1. We are left with minus 4 plus 7 and plus 2. So we will be getting 7 plus 2 9 minus 4 plus 5. So there must be something over here which when subtracted from 5 will give us 0. So that value will be 5. So the value of x is equals to 12 minus of 5, which will give us 7. So the correct answer here will be 7. Let us take a look at this example now. The average of 10 numbers is 7. If each number is multiplied by 12, then the average of the new set of numbers will be. Okay, so 10 numbers, each of them numbers is 7. So there is a property of average which says that if all of the observation is multiplied by a common unit n, let's say nx1 plus nx2 plus nxn, let us say ax1 ax2 axn upon n. So this will be equals to a times x1 plus x2 plus xn divided by n. A times the old average. So here, since each of the observation is multiplied by 12, so the new average will be 12 times of old average, which is 7, equals to 84. So from this question, the average of n numbers is x bar, then the value of this is equals to, as we all know that whenever we subtract each of the quantity which with the mean itself, then we get deviation from each quantity, and if we take the sum of all the deviation, then it is always equals to 0. So by property of average, it is 0. Now let us take a look at this examination which was asked in chsl 2012. So here it is given that a library has an average number of 510 visitors on Sunday and 240 on other days. The average number of visitors per day in a month of 30 days beginning with Sunday is 285, 295, 300 and 290. So we need to find out what is the average number of visitors visiting the library in a month, given that on each Sunday 510 visitors visit the library, and on rest, that is from Monday to Saturday, the average number of visitors who visit the library is 240. Okay, so for this we are given that since the month begins with Sunday, so Sunday, Monday up till Saturday, this is 1 week, that is 7 days. Sunday till Saturday, this is again 7 days. So continuing this, we will get 4 weeks, that is 4 Sundays, which will give us 28 days in 4 weeks. So after 4 weeks, that is on Saturday, the next day which will come is Sunday, which will be the 29th day, and Monday, which will be the 30th day. So in this particular one, there will be 5 Sundays and then there will be 25 other days. So let me just erase it. Okay, so 5 Sundays and 25 other days. 5 Sundays, the average is 510, and for 25 other days, the average is 240. So we can do it using the basic method, with which we can do it like 5 into 510 plus 25 into 240 divided by 5 plus 25. This will give us the average which is required over here. But we can do it a bit faster using the method of deviation. So by the method of deviation, let us assume some average which lies in between the value of these two numbers. So let us say we assume 300 as the average. So this is the assumed average. Now let us try to find out how much is the deviation of these two values from our assumed average. So here we can see that the deviation is of 210, that too on 5 units. So 210 into 5, since it is greater we will write it at plus, so it will be equals to 1050 positive. Similarly over here we have a deviation of 360, that too on 25 units. So we'll be having 25 into 60, 1500 negative. So the difference in deviation is 1500 minus 1050. On these two, the difference is minus of 450, and this minus of 450 is on a total number of 30 units. So dividing it, we get minus 15 as our deviation. So the required average will be 300 minus 15, which will be equals to 285. So 285. Option number 1 is the correct answer. You can also verify it by this method, but the method of deviation is a bit quicker, so I would suggest you to practice more and more in this method of deviation, as it would be beneficial for you in the longer term. So let's get into the next question. So here we are asked that the average monthly salary of all the employees in an industry is rupees 1200, and it is also said that the average salary of male employees is rupees 15,000. It is not 1200, it is 12,000. The average salary of male employees is 15,000 and that of female employees is rupees 8,000. What is the ratio of male employees to female employees? Now this is something which can be done easily using deviation, though it can also be done using the basic method, which can be done like this. Let us say that male employees are M, female employees are F, then we are given that 15,000 M plus 8,000 F upon M plus F. This is equals to 12,000, sorry. So solving this, we can get the ratio of M is to F. So this will be 15M plus 8F is equals to 12M plus 12F, which will give us 3M is equals to 4F. So M over F is equals to 4 by 3. So the ratio is 4:3. So number 3. So let us also do this using the method of deviation. So here we are given that the salary of male employees is 15,000 as average, and that of female employees is 8,000 on an average, and the average of these two is given to be 12,000 rupees. So this is our average. So how much does it deviate from this value? It deviates 3,000 plus, and from this we get minus 4,000. So since we know that these two must be equal to each other, if we these two must be equal to each other, so that the net deviation is always 0, because we have an average quantity of 12,000. So to make the net deviation 0, we must multiply it with 4 and multiply it with 3. So the males are in the ratio of 4 while the females are in the ratio of 3. Thus the ratio is 4:3, which we have already calculated from the basic method as well. So the method of deviation is a little faster in many more areas, and although it can be a little confusing initially, but I would suggest you to practice it more and more, so that you get more acquainted with the method of deviation while solving these types of questions. So let us move on to the next question over here. So for this question, There are certain formulas of averages which I hope many of you are knowing, and even if you are not, then I'll be teaching you them. So from the in the given question we are given that the arithmetic mean of the following numbers we have to calculate, where 1 is given 1 times, 2 is given 2 times, 3 is given 3 times, and so on till 7 is given 7 times. So we need to add up all of these and then divide it by the number of observation which is over here. So this is one method of doing it. Else we can do this using the following way. We can write here as 1 square plus 2 square plus 3 square plus 4 square plus 7 square. Why can we write it like this? Because these two, if we add it, it becomes 2 plus 2 is equals to 2 into 2, because there are 2 times 2. Similarly, this can be written as 3 times 3, this 4 times 4, and each of these singular entity, they create the square of the respective identities. So the number of observation here is 1 is written once, 2 is written twice, so on up till 7 is written 7 times. So this can be written as sum of squares up till 7. We know sum of n terms, and sum of square of n terms. So sum of n terms written as n plus 1 by 2, and sum of square of n terms is written as n plus 1 whole to n plus 1 by 6. Using this over here we can write 7 plus 1 is 8, 2 7s are 14 plus 1 15 divided by 6 divided by 7 into 8 divided by 2. Cancelling, we will be getting the average as 5. So the answer to this question is number 2. So this is a means level question which can be easily solved using these two formulas. So I hope you knew them, and this is the way we will be solving this kind of questions. So let us move on to the next question. Over here it says that there are 100 students in 3 sections A, B and C of a class, where the average marks of all 3 sections was 84. And it is also given that average marks of B and C is 87.5 and that of A is 70. What is the number of students in A? So you can check it, or you can do it yourself by using the basic method, but to do it a little faster, I will be solving it using the method of deviation, for which here we are given that in A the average is 70. In B and C combined, I take it as a singular entity. So in B and C combined, we have 87.5, and combinedly these two have an average of 84. So by deviation here, this value is minus 14 less, while this value is 3.5 more. So how much should I multiply on both sides so that they become equal? Here we know that 14 is 4 times of 3.5. So if I multiply this side with 4 and this side with 1, these two will be equal, and we need both sides to be equal in case of deviation, because the average is already given. So the A part will be of 1 part, while BC combined will be of 4 part. Now here, since we are given that there are total 100 students, so if we divide 100 students in the ratio of 1 is to 4, then with each part of 20, 1 part will be 20 and 4 part will be 80. Since we are asked the value for A, so the correct answer will be option number 3, 20. Let us do this question now. The average weight of first 11% among 12% is 95 kilogram. The weight of the 12th person is 33 kilogram more than the average weight of all the 12 persons. The weight of the 12th person is. So here also we can solve it pretty easily using the method of deviation. Here we are asked that the average weight of first 11%. So there are 11% whose average weight is 95. And there is a 12th person whose average weight is such that the average of these 12%, let us say it is x, then the 12% weight is 33 more than this quantity x. So to solve this, let us use the method of deviation again. So here we can see that this 95 is x minus 95 times lesser than x, that too on a total of 11 units. So it will be 11 into x minus 95. Similarly over here it is x plus 33, so it is 33 units more over a singular unit. This 12th is only there to indicate one person who is there in the 12th position, so this is only 1 unit. Now since in case of deviation these two must be equal, so 11 into x minus 95 must be equals to 33 plus into 1. 11 1s are 3s are, solving it we get x as 98, so the weight of the 12th person will be 98 plus 33, which will be equals to 131 kgs. So the correct option will be option number C. Sorry, 3, 131 kg. So using the method of deviation, you can see how easily we can solve the mains level questions. So the deviation, yes, initially it is a little bit tricky and confusing, but as you practice more and more this type of question, it becomes very easy for you to grasp, and the answer will be solved pretty quickly as well. So let us move on to the next question, which says here that the average of A, B and C is 20 and that of B, C and D is 25. If the value of D is given as 30, then what is the value of A? So to solve it, we are given that A, B, C, not sum. We are given that the average of A, B, C as 20 and the average of B, C, D as 25. And the value of D is given as 30. There are many ways to solve this, but the most good one in this case will be the basic method. So from ABC 20 we can say that A plus B plus C by 3 is equal to 20. This using the definition of average, which gives us A plus B plus C as 60. Similarly BCD 25 gives us B plus C plus D as 75. So if we just subtract these two quantities, so subtracting these two, B3 75, these two will be cancelled out. A minus D will give us minus of 15. So this implies since D is equals to 30, A will be equals to minus 15 plus of 30, which will give us 15. So the answer to this question is option number 4, 15. So yes, let us move on to the next question over here. And then it is similar to this above one. Here we are given that the temperature for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday on an average, that is if we divide it by 4 we get 48. So the sum we will be getting as 192. Similarly for Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday and Friday the average is 52. So the sum Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday and Friday, the sum will come out to be as 4 into 52, which is 208. So if we subtract these two, then we will be getting Monday minus of Friday is equals to a negative of 16. Since we are given that the temperature on Monday was 42 and we need to find out the temperature on Friday, so substituting 42 over here we get 42 minus F is equals to minus of 16, which implies F is equals to 42 plus of 16, which will be equals to 58 degrees. So the correct answer is option number 1. So yes, with this we have reached the end of our this average session, although I think there will be some more parts of this average because there are different types of topics which are there in the topic of average itself. So I hope we'll be meeting soon with the next part, and in the meantime I want you to practice this question, and I'll also be uploading some more questions in my Telegram channel, the link to which you can get from the description of this video and also from the pinned comment which I will be which I'll be uploading once I upload the video. So yes, please do check my channel out. There will be some beneficial notes as well which will be beneficial for all the aspirants out there. So yes, let us meet on the next video, and thank you for watching.